Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing last week's price action, the mistakes we made, big mistakes last week, but also some really good decisions, things that I'm improving, changing, moving forward, some updates around the Discord, some updates with me personally, and all that good stuff. So let's just kind of get right into it. So first of all, we did end up getting our payout. If you guys remember the last video I uploaded, I was talking about how I'm going to take out my money. We did, but unfortunately we did not leave enough drawdown, which sucks. Now, there was some drawdown left, and I could have rebuilt the account, but I was stupid, and I'll go over it exactly on Friday what had happened. But long story short, don't try to full port. Don't try to full port your account that has basically zero drawdown left after a payout, and you're pretty much golden. So, anyways, I only took two trades on Friday, or three trades. I took one on Wednesday, which was a continuation long, a tap into this 15-minute fair value gap here, continuation, very, very basic stuff here. We waited until we pulled into this, swept this liquidity, 5-minute, whatever you want to say, perfect. We also waited until we displaced higher, and then around 1:30, we pulled back into a 5-minute fair value gap, and I went long kind of like this, roughly. Let me get this stop loss right. It was something that looked like this, roughly. I think it was actually a 1-minute entry, but it's pretty much the same exact idea, right? TP here, pretty simple stuff, right? This is pretty good, right? Just our normal continuation strategy. You literally just wait for a pullback into a higher time frame gap, and then we just keep going long. And that was it for Wednesday. Thursday, it was a break-even day. We did not make any money. I think we lost like 60 cents or something crazy. And you can just tell right off the bat the price action was not as clean on Thursday. This was not ideal. It's very consolidation. Didn't really do as much. And then Friday again, we had just took all the money we could, and all that was left. I didn't realize it was basically scraps. So going into the market open, sorry, once again we had a pullback into a gap, and during when was it? I don't remember which one of these two, but basically it came in to our order, and then we lost too much drawdown because I was basically like not full porting it, but I was like maximum allocation that I realistically could have, and the account was gone. It was just blown up in my face. And again, this is what I was saying earlier. I could have tried to bring it back. Like the drawdown was low, but it wasn't impossible. I've brought accounts back from pretty low drawdown remaining. But honestly, guys, I was impatient. I was greedy. I just wanted to see us move higher, like make some quick money. And you guys know that's not typically how I like to trade. That's not really me. And we kind of messed up there. But the good thing is, like, we move on. We're going to learn from our mistakes. All right, this is why we don't trade Fridays. You guys know me. I don't like Fridays as much. This is why we don't size up after having less drawdown, right? We have less drawdown now. Why would I size up? Makes no sense. And it was just kind of a stupid little thing that I did, and I'm not trying to minimize it, like it is a bad idea, but I'm also not trying to blow it out of proportion because it is like, okay, we got our payout, like, what? Don't be too upset. So, anyways, going into next week, I'm going to continue looking for longs. I know that we have some news coming out with Iran, right? There's no agreement talks. The Strait is once again closed. Bunch of stuff, bad stuff going on. But honestly, guys, when we trade in these conditions, unless we open up next week and we drop like hundreds to thousands of points, maybe, right? Like crazy, crazy gap, like moving down, just crazy. More than likely, I will not be going short. I will be going long. Unless that happens, then in which case we'll look for shorts. But that's besides the point. So that's what we're going into next week. That was kind of how this week went. Very basic, chill week. Just kind of sucks about the account on Friday. I was like kind of upset about it. But, we move on. We learn from our mistakes. I'm not trying to be a guru or a mentor or anything crazy, stupid like that. So, like, I'm okay with me making mistakes. We live, we learn, we move on. And all of you should kind of take the same advice in the sense of like, don't beat yourselves up. Like, it sucks, but if anything, it just adds more fuel to the fire for me. It means we're more likely to start getting some better trades. We're going to stick with our rules more. We're not going to trade Fridays, right? Because Fridays, I don't like trading Fridays, let alone, what I'm saying, all this other stuff. So that's the plan for next week. For next week specifically with the payout, I'm going to oh my gosh, holy stutter. I'm going to be buying Lucid Flex accounts, I believe is what I decided on. I'm going to copy trade them. I'm going to buy my trade copying software to just manage all my accounts. And we will be doing the evals starting next week on Monday. So look forward to that. I'm super excited to be sharing that journey again with you guys. I don't think any of you were here. I don't think I was uploading content when I was on the last eval that I took. So this will be fun. It'll be kind of a new thing for us. And also on the subject of like what I'm planning on doing, if you guys didn't know already, I've been doing one-on-ones, free calls for, a couple of weeks, maybe over a few months, 2 months, 1 to 2 months now at this point. And it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed doing it with you guys. Like, had a lot of great conversations. You guys are awesome for the most part. But lately, I've had this issue where people just aren't showing up for the free one-on-one calls. And I think it's because, well, it's free. You guys, when it's free, you don't typically care as much as when it's something that you worked for or paid for. And so I've had a lot of issues with people scheduling and then not showing up. And I'm kind of just like, well, I carved out a little bit of my day for you guys to not show up. And, I don't take it personal, but obviously, like, I have to be, I don't get paid for this, guys. I don't get paid for any of the stuff that I do. And so obviously, it's a bit of a not frustrating, I guess frustrating to have to deal with that. But I don't want to ruin it for everybody. And I've also had people like spamming my calendar, like leaving hateful, comments or like whatever, just nonsense. And so because of that, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of going to stop doing that for now. I might figure out a better system going forward to kind of filter out all of that nonsense so we could have back to the free one-on-one calls. And I don't really want to do paid ones, at least not right now, because I just don't want to. Like, that's not who I am. You guys know me. I don't want to charge or be that guy who's trying to like make money that way, like that's not cool. And so that's pretty much all I've got to say about that. So sorry for anyone. For those who are already booked theirs, they'll be able to DM me and we'll figure out some sort of solution. But for everybody else, like, sorry to say, probably not going to continue doing them anymore. At least, like I said, until I figure out a better system, or if you guys, help me out here, figure it out. But until then, they will be paused. They will be on break. And I think that's pretty much it. Definitely make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, please. For those of you who are, a lot of you guys are really cool. Like I said, all of you guys are really, really cool. It's just a small minority that kind of mess around and hateful or whatever. And I don't mind, but I do ask that for those of you who really do support and really appreciate my honesty, right? I'm telling you guys like everything that happens. Yes, I got a payout, but I also blew the account. I'm not here to front or be like anything. So if you guys really appreciate that or like really like that type of content, please like, subscribe, share, comment, do something to push this out in the algorithm. Tell all your friends. I don't know, whatever you got to do. And so that's pretty much it. If you guys want some specific fair value gaps that I might look at going into next week, the biggest thing for me going into next week is going to be the gap of the new week opening gap. So wherever we gap down to overnight is probably where we're going to fill it up very quickly. So if I search up the gap, how big is, sorry, let me Google it. The gap is already 200 points between last week and this week. This opening week so far. We still have Sunday, of course, so we're gonna see. But yeah, it's gonna be important. The gap is gonna be huge, as well as this 4-hour fair value gap. Depending on 200 points would give us right around in the middle of this fair value gap. So that's gonna be I'll probably go long after that, but we'll see. That's just next week. I hope you guys have a really good weekend so far. I'll be streaming again on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, always live, trading for you guys. My fresh new evals. It's going to be dope. It's going to be awesome. Check it out, and I'll see you guys then. Peace out.